All right, let's dive into online marketing interviews today.
Sounds good.
We're going to use RoleCatcher's Career Guide, an interview guide for online marketers.
Okay.
Our mission today is to figure out what interviewers are really looking for in these interviews.
Yeah.
So we can give you the tools to really stand out.
Okay.
Before we get started, RoleCatcher is a platform that uses AI to help job seekers.
Oh, interesting.
You can use it to tailor your CV, get feedback on your interview skills, and a bunch more.
Cool.
We'll talk about how it can help you specifically with online marketing interviews a little later.
Okay, sounds good.
But first, let's dive into the questions.
All right.
One of the first questions you might get is, can you walk us through your experience with SEO?
Yeah, that's a pretty common one.
It seems simple, but what are they really trying to find out when they ask this?
I think they want to see if you understand how SEO works strategically.
Okay.
Like, do you know how to find the right keywords? Can you optimize content for search engines? Do you understand things like link building?
So it's not just about listing the SEO tasks you've done.
Right.
It's about showing you can actually think critically and use those skills in the real world.
Exactly, yeah.
What would be a good way to answer this question then?
Sharing some specific examples of successful SEO campaigns that you've managed can be really powerful.
So like a mini success story.
Yeah, exactly.
Where you talk about what you did, what the results were, and any roadblocks you had to overcome.
Exactly. That shows them you can actually get things done.
What if they follow up with something like, what's the biggest SEO challenge you faced and how did you handle it?
That's where RoleCatcher's AI can come in handy.
Oh, really?
You can actually practice answering these types of follow-up questions on the platform,
Okay.
and the AI will give you feedback based on the specific job you're applying for.
So you can get advice that's tailored to the job you want.
Exactly. It's like having a personal coach.
Very cool. All right, let's move on to another question.
Sounds good.
How do you approach social media marketing?
Another very common one.
It seems pretty broad, though.
It is, and that's intentional.
Why would they do that?
They want to see if you have a big picture understanding of social media marketing, not just if you know how to use a specific platform.
Okay, so it's not just about being a Twitter whiz.
Right.
It's about knowing how to use all sorts of the platforms.
Yeah.
How would you suggest someone answers this then?
Talk about your strategy for using different platforms together in a campaign.
Okay.
Like, you might use Instagram for brand awareness and Facebook for getting leads.
Yeah.
Explain how you tailor the content for each platform.
Uh-huh.
And don't forget to talk about how you'd measure success.
What about those curveball questions?
Yeah.
Like, how would you handle a social media crisis, such as a negative post about the company going viral?
That's a tough one.
It is.
But again, RoleCatcher can help.
Okay.
You can practice your response to those tricky questions, and the AI will give you feedback and suggestions.
So you can really refine your answers.
Exactly.
And in general, what should someone focus on for a question like that?
Showing that you can stay calm under pressure, that you have a plan, and that you'll communicate honestly.
Gotcha. All right, let's move to question number 3.
All right.
How do you stay up to date with the latest digital marketing trends?
That's a good one.
Seems like they're trying to figure out if you're really into this field.
Definitely.
They want to know if you're passionate and curious. What are some ways to show that?
Talk about how you actively seek out new knowledge.
Okay.
Mention the blogs, podcasts, courses, or thought leaders you follow.
So name-dropping some specific sources would be good.
Yes, be specific. It shows you're genuinely invested.
Like, I went to this webinar about the new Google Analytics update.
Exactly. That's perfect.
RoleCatcher's Career Guide also lists some popular resources.
Oh, that's helpful.
It mentions Moz and Marketing Land.
Yeah, those are great resources.
What if they dig a little deeper and ask, can you tell me about a recent digital marketing trend that's caught your attention, and how do you think it will impact our company?
Now they're really testing you.
So how do you prepare for that?
Remember we talked about the trends highlighted in the career guide?
Mm-hmm.
Like personalized marketing and mobile optimization?
Yeah.
Having a good understanding of those will make you shine.
So I could talk about how personalized email campaigns can boost engagement.
Yeah, perfect.
And how mobile-first design is crucial these days.
Exactly. And don't forget to tie it back to the company.
Right, to show you've done your homework.
You got it.
This is great. I'm feeling more confident already.
That's good to hear.
Okay, question number 4.
Right.
Can you give an example of a successful email marketing campaign you've managed?
It's time to show off your skills.
How do we make sure our answer hits the mark?
Be specific.
So, no vague statements like, I increased open rates.
Right. Walk them through a particular campaign.
Talk about the target audience, the design of the email,
Yes.
the message, the call to action.
And most importantly, the results.
Show them the numbers, right?
Exactly. Quantify your success.
Did you boost click-through rates by a certain percentage?
Yes.
Did you generate a specific number of leads?
Those numbers really make your achievements stand out.
They want to see the impact.
Exactly.
What if they ask, what was your biggest takeaway from that campaign? Something you learned that you applied to future projects.
They want to know if you can learn from your experiences.
So it's about showing you can analyze what worked,
Yes.
what could have been better,
Uh-huh.
and how you actually use those lessons in later campaigns.
Exactly. That shows them you're always growing and learning.
I feel like I could handle anything now.
You're getting there.
Okay, next question. How do you measure the ROI of digital marketing campaigns?
The million-dollar question.
ROI. Everyone wants to know about that.
They want to see if you understand the bottom line.
Not just vanity metrics, right?
Right.
They want to know if you can connect your work to real business outcomes.
Exactly. Show them you're focused on driving results.
So how do you do that?
Talk about the specific metrics you use to measure ROI.
Like conversion rates,
Yeah.
customer lifetime value,
Mm-hmm.
cost per acquisition.
All good examples.
What if they throw a curveball?
Oh, I bet they will.
Like, imagine our company is launching a new product. How would you measure the success of the digital marketing campaign for that launch?
That's a good one. It tests if you can apply your knowledge to a specific scenario.
So what would you say?
Explain how you'd set clear KPIs.
Key performance indicators, right?
Yes, and make sure they're aligned with the launch goals.
Whether it's brand awareness, lead generation, or sales.
Exactly.
And then you talk about how you track those metrics.
And analyze the data to see how the campaign is doing.
Okay, I'm getting the hang of this.
I can tell.
Question number 6.
Okay, bring it on.
How do you approach content marketing?
Content is king these days.
Right. But it's not just about posting whatever comes to mind.
Definitely not.
What are they looking for here?
They want someone who understands the strategy behind great content.
So it needs to be engaging, but also on brand and relevant to the target audience.
You got it.
So how do you showcase that understanding?
Talk about how you research your target audience.
Okay.
How you figure out their pain points and interests.
Yeah.
And then how you create content that speaks directly to them.
Content that provides value and solves their problems.
Exactly. That's what makes content stand out.
What about this curveball? Our company's blog isn't performing well. How would you diagnose the issue and propose solutions?
That's a real-world challenge.
It is.
They want to see your problem-solving skills in action.
So what are some things you might look at?
First, I'd analyze the blog's SEO.
Yeah, okay.
Is it optimized for search engines?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then I'd look at the content itself.
Uh-huh.
Are there any gaps in topic coverage?
Are we talking about things people actually care about? Anything else?
You could suggest ways to improve content promotion and distribution.
So get those blog posts in front of more people.
Yes, that's key.
All right, last question for this part. Ready?
Hit me with it.
How do you prioritize marketing initiatives when working with limited resources?
A classic.
It's the reality for a lot of companies.
It is.
They don't have unlimited budgets and staff. So what are they really trying to figure out with this question?
Can you make tough decisions?
Okay.
Can you prioritize effectively?
Yeah.
Can you allocate resources wisely?
It's about being strategic and making the most of what you have.
Exactly.
So what's a good way to answer?
Explain how you would evaluate different initiatives
Okay.
based on their potential impact, cost effectiveness, and alignment with the company's goals.
So you're looking for the biggest bang for your buck.
Yes, precisely.
What about frameworks? Would you mention any specific ones?
You could talk about the Eisenhower matrix.
Uh-huh.
It helps you categorize tasks by urgency and importance.
Or you could prioritize based on projected ROI.
Right. That's another good approach.
But if they throw in a curveball,
Okay, like what?
our marketing budget has been cut. How would you adapt your plans and still achieve key objectives?
Now they're getting real.
It happens all the time, though.
It does.
So how do you show you can handle it?
Talk about focusing on low-cost, high-impact strategies.
Like what?
Organic social media marketing.
Okay.
Content marketing. Email marketing.
Those are all good ones. They don't require a huge budget.
Exactly. They can be very effective if done right.
Wow. I'm feeling much more prepared for these interview questions.
That's what we like to hear.
Before we move on, let's circle back to RoleCatcher for a minute.
Sounds good.
Remember how we talked about practicing those follow-up questions?
Yeah, that was a good tip.
RoleCatcher lets you do that with personalized feedback based on the job you're applying for.
It's like having a secret weapon.
It really is.
You can record your answers and get feedback on how you sound.
And what you're saying.
Exactly, so you can polish your delivery and content.
That's amazing. We'll definitely link to RoleCatcher in the show notes
Great idea.
so everyone can check it out for themselves.
Cool.
Before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, let's talk about some broader career insights from RoleCatcher's Career Guide.
Okay, sounds good.
Let's explore what a career in online marketing really looks like.
All right, let's do it.
Let's see what exciting possibilities await.
Sounds fun.
Welcome back.
So now that we've tackled some interview questions,
Yeah.
let's look at the bigger picture of an online marketing career.
All right.
We'll use RoleCatcher's Career Guide for this.
Sounds good.
First things first, what does a typical career path in this field look like?
Well, you could go the traditional route.
Like so.
Start as an online marketing assistant and move up to manager, maybe even lead a team.
I see the Career Guide mentions those job titles
Yeah.
under the career stages section.
Uh-huh.
It's cool to see how the responsibilities change at each level.
It is, but it gets even more interesting.
You can also specialize.
All right.
Become an SEO guru, a social media strategist, a content marketing master, you name it.
The guide doesn't list specific specializations, though.
It doesn't, but think about it.
Okay.
Email marketing, paid advertising, even data analytics.
It's like creating your own custom career path.
Exactly. And as the industry grows, new specializations pop up all the time.
Like what?
Influencer marketing is huge now,
Uh,
and mobile optimization is becoming more and more important.
that's exciting. You can really find your niche.
You can, but let's not forget,
What?
the career guide also talks about some downsides.
Oh, right. Like what?
It's a competitive field, things change constantly, you got to stay updated.
That sounds pretty intense.
It can be,
Yeah.
but that's also what makes it exciting.
How do you not get overwhelmed by all that?
It's about your mindset, really,
Okay.
and committing to always learning new things.
Always be learning, right?
Exactly. You have to embrace the challenges, be flexible, and never stop learning.
Easier said than done sometimes.
Yes, it is, but you got to make time for it.
Make time for what?
Reading industry blogs, attending webinars, trying out new tools.
So you need to be a self-starter.
You do. Someone who's genuinely curious and driven.
What about networking?
Oh, that's huge too.
Yeah.
Connect with other marketers, join industry groups, go to conferences.
You learn a lot from other people that way.
You do. It's invaluable.
The career guide also mentions building a portfolio.
Right. It's like a showcase of your skills.
What does that look like for an online marketer?
Gather examples of your best work.
Like what?
Successful campaigns you managed, content you created, websites you optimized.
So it's all about showing your impact.
Yes. And don't forget to quantify your results.
What do you mean?
Did you increase website traffic by a certain percentage? Did you generate a specific number of leads?
Oh, right. The numbers make it more concrete.
Exactly. They show the real value you brought.
I've got to say, one of the things that draws me to this field
Yeah.
is the flexibility. I can see why the guide mentions flexible hours, maybe even working remotely.
It's definitely possible, especially if you work for a smaller company or freelance.
That's awesome.
It is. And even if you're not fully remote,
Yeah,
technology makes it easier to work from anywhere these days.
that's true. With all the online tools we have.
You can collaborate with people from all over the world.
Okay, let's be real for a second.
Right.
What are some of the biggest challenges in this field?
One of the toughest ones is proving ROI.
Yeah, measuring results.
It's trickier than traditional marketing.
How so?
You can't just track foot traffic or coupon redemptions.
It's all online, harder to measure.
Exactly. You have to be really good at analyzing data.
To show the value of your work,
Yes, it's not just about clicks and likes.
you have to connect your efforts to real business outcomes.
Precisely. Another big challenge is staying ahead of the curve.
Oh, right. Things change so fast in this industry.
They do. New platforms pop up, algorithms change, consumer behavior evolves.
It's like a moving target.
It is. You have to be comfortable with constant learning and adapting.
Trying new things and seeing what works.
Exactly. You can't just rely on what worked yesterday.
Sounds like you need a certain personality to thrive in this field.
You do. You got to be analytical, creative, resourceful, and adaptable.
And you have to be able to work both solo and on a team.
It's a lot to handle, but it's also incredibly rewarding.
Also,
When you see your efforts pay off, there's nothing like it.
yeah, like launching a successful campaign.
Yes, or driving tons of traffic to a website.
Or generating a flood of leads for a business.
That feeling of accomplishment is amazing.
You're making me want to switch careers now.
I told you it was exciting.
Before we wrap up this part, let's talk about continuous learning again.
Okay, what about it?
The career guide emphasizes it a lot.
It's crucial in this field.
Any tips for staying ahead of the game?
There are tons of resources out there.
Like what?
Follow industry blogs and publications.
Okay.
Attend webinars and conferences.
Oh.
Take online courses.
All right, there's always something new to learn.
And don't forget about networking.
Oh, right, connecting with other marketers.
Join industry groups, go to meetups, learn from each other's experiences.
The career guide specifically mentions Moz, Social Media Examiner, and Marketing Land.
Yeah, those are all great resources.
I've heard of those. They're pretty popular.
They are, for good reason.
This has been super insightful.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a much better grasp of what it takes to succeed in this field.
I'm glad to hear that.
But we're not done yet, right?
Not quite. In the final part,
Yeah.
we'll circle back to RoleCatcher and see how its AI can really level up your interview game.
Okay, I'm excited to see how that works.
It's pretty cool, you'll see.
We're back for the final part of our online marketing interview deep dive.
All right.
We've talked about what the job's all about, the skills you need, and how to handle those tough interview questions.
Yep.
Now let's bring in our secret weapon, RoleCatcher,
It's like having a career coach and interview expert in your pocket.
powered by AI. Okay, I'm intrigued. How can RoleCatcher actually help with these interviews?
Well, it's got a massive library of practice interview questions,
How many are we talking?
over 120,000.
Wow, that's a lot.
And they're categorized by industry and skill set.
So I can find one specifically for online marketing.
Exact.
That's way better than just practicing general interview skills.
It is. And here's where the AI comes in.
Okay, what does it do?
It analyzes your responses to those practice questions and gives you personalized feedback.
Like what kind of feedback?
It can tell you how your content is, how your delivery is,
Okay.
even your body language if you use the video practice feature.
Wait, it analyzes your body language too.
It does. Pretty cool, right?
That's amazing. And what's really cool
Yeah,
is that the feedback is tailored to the specific job you want.
exactly. So if you're interviewing for a social media marketing role, the AI will focus on things like your knowledge of platforms,
Okay.
your understanding of algorithms, your ability to create engaging content.
So it's not just giving generic advice, it's really specific to the role.
Exactly. It helps you fine-tune your answers and really stand out.
That's super valuable. And remember we talked about tailoring your CV.
Yeah, highlighting those relevant skills.
RoleCatcher's AI can help with that too, right?
It can. It analyzes the job description and suggests keywords and phrases to include in your CV.
So it helps you get past those applicant tracking systems.
Exactly. It's like giving your CV a boost.
So RoleCatcher helps you before the interview even starts.
It does. It sets you up for success from the moment you apply.
What about LinkedIn? Can it help with that too?
You bet. It analyzes your profile
Okay.
and suggests improvements to your headline, your summary, your experience sections, all that good stuff.
It's like having a complete career makeover.
It's a powerful tool. It really helps you stand out to recruiters.
This is incredible. It's like having a whole career toolkit in one place.
It is, and it helps you navigate every step of the job search.
From writing your CV to acing the interview.
It's all about empowering you to succeed.
And they even have a free version, right?
They do. You can start using it today and see the difference it makes.
We'll definitely include links to RoleCatcher in the show notes
Great idea.
so everyone can check it out.
Awesome.
As we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one thing you want listeners to take away?
I'd say preparation is key, but it doesn't have to be stressful.
Right.
With the right tools like RoleCatcher's AI, you can approach these interviews with confidence.
It's not just about memorizing answers, right?
Right. It's about showing your passion, your skills.
Your unique perspective.
Exactly. Let your personality shine through.
That's great advice. So remember, listeners,
Yeah.
you have the power to shape your career.
You do.
Online marketing is an amazing field.
It is full of possibilities.
Embrace the challenges, keep learning, and go nail that interview.
You got this.
That's it for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
It was fun.